One championship lightweight contender, Ariel Sexton. Thank you so much, Ariel. It's been a long time since I've seen your face, man. So much to talk about, but let's start off with the hair, man. You got the hair flowing. What's going on?
Quarantine hair, dude. You got it. If you got it, you might as well flaunt it.
All right, for sure. Are we gonna get the Fabio look going on, or are you gonna cut it as soon as possible?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right, all
You gotta,
right,
you gotta make me cut it, right?
yeah, definitely.
No way you can make me
Um,
cut it. Why would I cut it?
all right, all right. Now, let's go back, man. February 2019, Singapore lightweight Grand Prix quarterfinals. Amir Khan, third
Yeah.
round rear naked finish. Probably the number one comeback fight of the year last year. Take us through that whole fight, man. It was incredible.
You think it was a comeback fight?
Somewhat, man. Somewhat, you know.
I don't know. I didn't think it was a comeback for me. I thought everything was going according to plan. 'Cause I was talking to everybody before, and I told everybody that I would probably finish him or break him in like 10 minutes. That's what I thought, you know? And it went 11 minutes. So I was a bit over. And to make a little bit of drama, it was like, I was standing with him, because he was also holding the ropes a lot. You understand? Like there was like 3 or 4 times he was hanging off the ropes, holding the ropes. He would have got taken down multiple times, and I probably would have finished him in the first 2 rounds. But he does hit pretty hard, and I did eat a couple of his strong punches, where I think a lot of my friends and teammates said they were sitting on the edge of their seat, which made it kind of an exciting fight for everyone to watch. And of course, it was in Singapore, and he came out, and it was all his fans. It was super hype. So yeah, in the stadium, everybody was, like a little bit of blood and like what they want to see. I'm losing, but I had my plan. But it was a good fight.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man. It was like one of the best fights of the year, man. It was incredible. Now with the ring, you mentioned that it kind of altered where the fight played out. The finish maybe came later because of the ropes. Do you feel like if it was in the cage, that fight would have went a little bit differently?
I just think that yeah, I mean, the first attempt that I went to take him down, I bounced off the ropes and fell. So there was a lot more pop in the ring than the cage. And you can't really hold the cage ever. Maybe you can get away with it one time. And watch the fight a few times. I think that he got away with a few extra holds that he would have gone down earlier, which is home court advantage. That's what it is. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he could have got up easier in a cage too. Who knows? It worked. It was kind of fun. I've fought in a cage and a ring. I don't care as long as the rules are, somewhat, fair, and there's nothing crazy. Like if I do a flying armbar and he jumps out of the ring, I could probably still get him in an armbar as he falls out of the ring. Which could work in my favor too. Not You can't do that in a cage.
Do you prefer the cage rather than the ring since you've now fought in both?
Um, I think it's probably better in a cage MMA, yeah, because there's just too many chances for stalling, stopping, um, warning people. I don't know. It's not as it should just be like there's no way out. You can't fall out. You can't. You need to fight. With the cage. The ring is more for stand up. I think. It's not really that good unless they had like some sort of little half webbing at the bottom, which I think they had in Japan years back in one of the leagues, where half of the ring was covered at the bottom, so you can't slide out. That's okay, I think. But maybe from a fan's point of view, it's better to have that, but not from an MMA point of view.
Yeah, I really agree with you on that. You know what I mean? Like it's watching like the ring and then comparing it to the cage in a lot of aspects of MMA, man, it just doesn't work, man. It's too
Yeah.
much that, too much. I don't even know what you want to call it. Uh, ways to kind of tweak the system, so to say.
It's definitely designed more for a striking standpoint. It's not really for you can't put pressure against it the same. Um, no, but again, we make adjustments, no problem. Add our make our job a little bit harder. That's all right.
So, in that fight, you sustained an injury. When did that injury happen?
No, I wasn't injured in the fight. I just had a couple cuts. I actually broke my arm again training for the next fight to fight the Dagi.
Okay, I got confused with that. Now, talk about that. How did you break your arm training?
Well, I mean, we trained pretty hard, and I basically broke my left arm now 3 times in 10 years. So I broke it against Eddie Young 5 years ago, and that injury was a pretty severe injury where I had to put a whole plate in there, and basically I fought for 5 years with that arm like that, knowing there's another chance it could break, and I was hit. It wasn't even really a hard hit, but I was blocking kick and punch combo, and my arm hit off my head, and I just heard a crack, and I got an X-ray, and it broke again. So it was kind of unlucky, but I was pushing it. That's what we do. I was pushing my body to the limits. And maybe it was a day that I could have rested. I should have stayed home or something, but it was close to having to leave actually too. I think it was like maybe 10 days or 2 weeks away from travel to the fight. So it was pretty close, which kind of sucks.
So how has the recovery been with the arm? Or do you have a plate in there again, or what did the doctors do?
I just let it heal on its own because at this point, taking it out and putting a bigger plate in there, it would go to having like another plate, and I just didn't want to take out that plate and put a bigger plate in. So I let it heal, and again, there's a chance that it can break again, obviously, but that's just the luck, the lottery that I'm playing. With training, there's a chance I can break my knee. There's a chance I can break everything. So I just have to be careful how I train, with who I train, not to waste stupid training sessions with people that are just throwing like spin kicks to the head all day. Like I don't need to do that anymore. I just have to be in shape, be strong, and save the damage for the fights. When I can keep it in the control range. If I can't control sparring, I have to be careful who I spar with, basically.
How long after you recovered, were you back in the gym training, at least just doing any kind of MMA?
Ah, man, that's all I do. All I do is train and teach. So I think I broke my arm, and I was like a few days later, I was teaching with one arm, jujitsu. I had to work, so it's like I couldn't take time off from work. So I had a uke. I had someone help me teaching all my classes. I had a great year teaching classes, working with people. Every time there's an injury, a lot of other people come out of it. So I spent a lot of time with the team in New York, and I was just teaching guys, different guys. It took me about maybe a year though for my arm to be fully, back to where it's going to be now. So it takes its time.
How has New York been? And New York seemed like it's been hit by the coronavirus pretty hard.
Man, I'll be honest, it's wild here. It's very intense. It's a massive city. There's a lot of people. It's already not, on the cleanest standards in the world, and you get hit with a virus like this. It's definitely on the verge. We had to have lockdowns, and I mean, it's been a hard time. I'll admit, I'm training like secretly in certain places with certain people. It's more like the anxiety of, just being careful. You don't want to get sick, get other people sick. Again, it's a hard job. Make it tougher now. So,
Yeah, yeah. Now, the way that the lightweight Grand Prix played out, it had Christian Lee stepping in on late notice and
yeah.
beating Doggy, right, and winning the whole
How
thing.
convenient, how convenient for him, huh?
Exactly. Like, what did you think of that? That situation.
I'd rather just say no comment. I honestly thought the Daggy was going to steamroll through him. I spoke with the Daggy, and I think that he had an illness or something. It happens. So I don't think he was full throttle. But I mean, that ship has sailed. It's not really anymore. I'm about to have to make the baddest motherfucker belt. That's what I have to do over there. One, because that's all that really matters. There's like I can't control anything. I just I perform, I do my best. I mean, I've done pretty well. Like I know that I have 6 finishes over there, and 2 losses by decision that I think I did pretty well. So, I mean, that's all I can do. I can't control any tournaments or anything. I'm not even ranked the top 10 guy there. I think they put some rankings out. I'm not even on there. So, I mean, again, baddest motherfucker belt. That's what I want to put up.
Yeah, how are you not ranked? I don't understand. You're in the tournament. You beat Amir Khan. You know what I mean? You finished him. Like, I know you've been sitting out for a little while, but dang, man, like, You have to
Yeah,
be ranked. You've been there for so long, and you've been at the
I
top for
know.
so long.
I've been a loyal, one FC, all one FC for 8 years or something, and I've done fights on short notice, and I just don't think I fit the profile. Like I'm from Central America slash Canadian. I don't have an audience for them to build, and they're trying to expand all over Asia, and I don't live in Asia, so I need to be adopted by a city in Asia, and I will change my residency and I will be Korean if you like, and you guys can support me in Korea, and I'll go out there or Japan or China or something. And I try to go move out there and work and stuff. It's just not in the cards for me like that. But like I said, I know that I put up good fights, and the fans like it at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure any country will adopt you, man. We'll bring you on.
Yeah.
But with the COVID pandemic going on, it's a little bit harder nowadays.
Yeah, I'll take tests. I'll stay clean. I got a good immune system, you
Yeah.
know.
I wanted to talk about the rankings and Lee. Of course, he's the champion. You know what I mean? He won the fights. When you look at the lineup, you know what I mean, you got Lapicus at number 1, and you got Dagi at number 2, and Boyst at number 3, Nastyukin at number 4, and Aoki at number 5. That's the rankings right there.
Yeah.
Any names in there like confusing to you?
Well, I don't know. I think it's kind of like whoever is like they want to promote and whoever they want to use or whoever is healthy. Maybe maybe it's just like the rankings don't necessarily mean you're the top guy. It just means you're the guy they can use at the moment. I think Timothy has definitely been there as long as I have,
Yeah,
and he's a tough guy. And I know the Daggy has been fighting hard and crawling up, and he's also a real tough guy. I think Aoki was a champion, right?
yeah,
And
definitely.
I think he definitely should be at the top spot in there, right? And then I mean, I don't know, however Lee got there, right? He's there. And then the other guy, the Italian guy, is it?
Yeah,
Maybe
Lapicus.
Lapicus. I mean, maybe he just matches up to fight Lee, and that's just maybe he'll fall down if he loses. I don't know how that even works. I mean, again, I think I should be at the top. I should have, like I should have a title shot or fight for a title. That's all that matters. But I mean, again, I need support. I need you guys to go vote for me.
Definitely, definitely.
Make some noise. Vote for me. Let's go.
Yeah. With your return, when do you, I guess I can't say when do you expect to return because you don't know when you're going to return because they're putting on shows, but the shows are just going to be basically people in Bangkok or in Thailand, and that's who's going to fight for the next, I think, 6 shows. But if you do return, you know what I mean? Like, who would you like to return against? There's so many fighters in that division. It's the best division in the organization.
Yeah, because most of the guys are all our size. There's not that many people. We're a stacked division for sure. You know, I would love to fight someone who does jujitsu. Like I like to. I mean, I fought as many of all the strikers and like wrestlers and all these guys, but I think that I have such a high level of jujitsu that I don't get to show it. And I think that there's so many guys that are good strikers, and they don't need another. Obviously I'll strike and throw whatever I got to do because I'm well rounded, but it would be nice to be put in positions, tough positions, because I haven't even been put in any danger in 8 fights, other than one punch that Amir gave me that was pretty hard, but he pushed me over. I haven't even fallen over from a punch. So to keep thinking you're gonna knock me out and you're gonna knock me out and you're gonna knock me out is just it's ridiculous. I mean, I think it's better to work with, some jujitsu. I mean, I want to fight the best jujitsu guys in the world. That'd be cool. So we'll see whoever they put up against me.
Jiu-jitsu, man, grappling. Aoki's right there. He's at the top. Might as well put that in the resume, right?
That would be a good fight for me.
Hmm.
We're both around the same age. Good at jujitsu. But who knows? I don't know what they have in store for him, and I don't know what they have in store for me. So
So you haven't talked to them. When's the last time you spoke with One Championship?
I speak with him here and there. I had to clear up, my arm. I had to clear up that I was injured, and now I'm back off the injured reserve or however it may be. So, but again, I'm over here training and I'm doing my thing, but it's not going to be that easy for us to travel right now. So I don't even know. I'll just be ready. I'll be ready. I'm also turning 39. In January I'll be 39. So I got to make sure I stay in shape. Because it's easy to take time off and then you step down a few levels. You know what I mean?